the fight at camp because listen, whenever a fight breaks out of camp, it becomes a story. So we're going to talk about it. I got to say, Rob, am I crazy or is it just fights don't really matter too much? I'm going to say it that way. I need to like start off the segment of does this segment even matter? But I'm going to kind of say it. Like they fight every year. It happens.
Yeah, and it's not that uncommon. Like it's not just special to the Giants. It's you guys. You have players who are trying to make teams. They're trying to put their all into it, and they get competitive. That's what happens.
Yep. And for these weeks, they're not teammates. They're teammates / competitors, like you said. That's the perfect word because they're competing against each other, and it's not just people competing for a position, but you have edge rushers competing against offensive linemen on every single down kind of situation here. Like that's what happens here. So, so Jordan Raanan on X, Twitter, again, whatever the hell you want to call it, there gave a synopsis, so to speak. There, he said, "Giants practice ends with a rumble. Burns and James Hudson." With some pushing and shoving, they're pulled off field. Very next play, Kayvon Thibodeaux got into it with Jermaine Eluemunor. Thibodeaux ripped off his helmet and threw a punch. Hudson immediately charged and tackled Thibodeaux. Burns went after Hudson. Practice ends a few minutes early. Yeah, so it sounds like it was entertaining and fun. I mean, I guess, if you like fights. I don't know. I haven't been to a fight myself in decades, but yeah, I mean that's a big guys fighting too. That wasn't like the punter and the snapper were getting into it. Like you're talking like edge rushers and offensive tackles and like
you're talking about close to half a metric ton.
Yeah, it was literally a giant fight. I mean that's a big guys there now. Brian Burns talked about it after practice, said heat got to us. It's a violent sport we play. Guys trying to get better. Tensions raised a little. Heat getting a little higher. Guys getting a little more agitated. But it ain't that deep. We squashed it. I feel like it's healthy at times. I feel like it's healthy to a certain extent, though. You still want to get your work done at the end of the day. But that's competition. That dog, that edge that we need to have is needed. So I'm glad to hear it's over. I guess the only problem I have with it is the whole punching. Like you need to punch a teammate, But again, it happens every single year, and it's funny because I remember the last couple of years, like, oh, this team's got some fight. They were out there fighting and punching, and this is the attitude we needed. Didn't really help us win the last couple of years, guys.
Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, they're a family, right? They're a work family, whatever you want to call it. Like they're teams, like they're close. But I have an older brother, and we got along 97% of the time. But there's a few times we fought enough, we swung down. And that's happens. Like,
now who won?
It depends how old we were and how much bigger he was than me. There's also the time like where he and I were arguing over who could go into whatever room, and we flipped the door off the jams.
Oh my god!
Ripped it right off the frame, and then immediately stopped the fight. And we went, "How do we fix this?"
Yeah,
we immediately stopped fighting. It was like,
that's definitely a fix it scenario. But again, I don't want to read too much into this. I feel like guys get excited and go, "Oh, look, they got some fight." And like again, it hasn't helped us to win the last couple of years. So it's like, okay, they're fighting. I think it's just like Brian Burns said, he got to them. They're in competition mode. That's where I said. And Deb, honest Rob, did your sister ever win a fight? It's a brother, not a sister.
My brother might be very upset as you call him a woman.
No sister. So I was the one raised with two sisters at that point. Let me assure you that I basically did whatever asked of me because they knew where to kick. I was the little baby brother. So yeah.
Pink.
Yeah. This is why I have no kids now. But again, like I said, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't like the punch being thrown. It's the only issue I have per se. But again, it's not a big deal per se. It happens every single camp. As long as they come out next time, because this is the 6th OTA practice now, if they go up for OTA practice number 7 and there's no further issues, then it is squashed, just like Brian Burns said, and it'll be much ado about nothing, because quite frankly, again, it's a slow time of the year news-wise, so little things like this do kind of blow up bigger than they have to. To be very frank, if media wasn't there, nobody would know about it, nobody would talk about it, but Jay says, what were they arguing about? Who was more overpaid? Well, I don't think James Hudson's being considered overpaid, but I guess you could say that because he also hasn't played very well and still makes more money per year than any of us. But it is what it is. But again, I wanted to bring it up more because I don't want people to go ahead and blow this out of proportion, because that's what happens all the time. Don't blow it out of proportion. It's nothing big. It happens every practice. Doesn't mean anything whatsoever. And as long as it's squashed, like Brian Burns already has said it is, then no biggie.
We shall see next practice. Oh, am I stirring the pot?
Like a chef over here.
Right.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.